What is the best way to edit a manuscript? Do you even know where to start? Are you familiar with the difference between macro revisions, line edits, and copy edits? Hi, I'm Darlene Panzera from Aspiring Writer Academy, and today I'm going to discuss various phases of editing with checklists to help you get started so you can make your novel the best that it can be. After your manuscript is complete, here are some tips to consider before you start the editing process. Writing a book is an intimate process, and many times after finishing, the author is too close to the story to check for any errors. This is why it is a good idea to have a critique group or hired professional editor to read over the story for you. It is also highly recommended that an author set the story aside for a while before jumping into the revision phase. A 2-week break would be highly beneficial, unless, of course, you are on a tight deadline with a publisher. You need time away to distance yourself from the story so that when you come back to it again, you can read the manuscript with fresh eyes. You need to be able to look at it from a reader's perspective. What are the 3 levels of editing? Number 1, revisions or macro edits. After you have completed your manuscript, the first round of edits you will need to do are revisions, also called macro edits. This is looking at the big picture. This is where you see the story as a whole, from beginning to end, and see if there's any major issues or large chunks that should be rewritten. There's no point in fixing grammar and smaller details until you have your main story in place, or you will end up wasting time on sections that need to be cut. In the revision phase, you should consider the following questions. Does your story have a clear beginning, middle, and end? Have you started your story in the right place, or should you start farther in, closer to the action? Does the story open with a problem the main character is trying to solve? Is your inciting incident revealed before the end of Act 1, usually by the end of Chapter 3? Did you include too many large blocks of backstory in the beginning pages? Is the general flow and pacing of the story consistent? Are there sections that are too slow or scenes that should use some more action or detail? Have you kept track of your story timeline with a calendar? Are there any characters who have gone missing for an extended period of time? Is your protagonist likable, or does this character need a personality adjustment? Do you have any character names that sound too familiar that may confuse the reader? Have you included too many characters or overcomplicated the plot? Does the story go off on any awkward tangents that do not contribute to the main body of the story? Can these sections be cut? Can any needed information from these sections be inserted elsewhere? Are there any scenes that would be stronger if they were combined with another scene? Are you following traditional story structure and hitting each plot point? Does each scene and each chapter move the story forward? Does each scene lead smoothly into the next, or do some appear out of order? Does the middle of your book drag? Can you add a fast-paced mini-sequence or event here to spice things up, a major reversal in the plot? Have you used sticky notes or index cards to separate and follow each story thread or subplot to make sure it progresses consistently without any plot holes? Do the characters have a progressive character arc? Keep a list to track how many point of view pages you give to each character within one chapter and how many per book to see if it is even or somewhat consistent. Check the number of pages of each chapter to make sure most are even and consistent. It will jar the pacing and the reader if most of your chapters are 25 pages and then you have one that is only 9 pages. Check the end of each scene and each chapter for hook endings to keep the reader turning pages. Does the scene matter? Does it have a purpose? Does every plot event move the story forward? Are the characters' decisions driving the story, leading them to act rather than just passively react to external trouble being thrown their way? Does each character and subcharacter have a purpose, a specific reason for being included in this story? Do you have enough external conflict as well as internal conflict? Motivation check. Are the characters' actions in each scene believable, consistent with their personality and their backstory? Have you adequately conveyed the story's theme? Do you need to make changes to the plot? Have you set up or introduced the skills, items, or objects needed at the climax at least 3 times earlier in the story? Does your climax solve the story problem? Are all subplots wrapped up? Did you leave any minor loose ends that might need a sequel? Have you shown the character has changed at the end of the story by having him or her do something he or she couldn't do at the beginning of the novel? Is it symbolized by an object, such as a wedding ring or a treasure chest? Basically, you are taking an overview look of the entire manuscript from beginning to end and need to decide which parts of the story work and which do not. Number 2, line edits or micro edits. Next, you will want to look closer at each scene, each paragraph, each line, and do what is referred to as line edits, also called micro edits. Now that the main body of your story is locked into place, you will want to zoom in a little closer and to evaluate everything at the scene level. This is where you should look at sentence structure. Do you have any run-on sentences that should be broken up into 2? Awkward fragments that do not make sense? Look at the flow of dialogue between characters. Is there any language too stiff or chunky? Do you have too many he said, she said dialogue tags instead of action beats to designate who is speaking? Do a search for how many uses of the word it you have on the first 3 pages and replace them with more specific nouns defining what it is. Cut as many ly words or adverbs as you can. Delete passive or weak to be verbs like is and was, and replace with stronger verbs. Cut as many ing words as you can. Instead of he was walking, say he walked. Check research data for accuracy. Look for cliches and reword to make your story fresh and unique. Delete repetitious passages, words, or phrases. Do you have the same word repeated in the same sentence? Or too many times in the same paragraph, or a pet word that you use too often. This could be a unique word that appeared a few sentences earlier that you unconsciously repeated again. Also, check for similar or seemingly repetitious scenes conveying the same information. It doesn't matter if the conversation is with a different character. The reader has already heard it. Move on. Also, cut many repetitive and rehashed arguments between characters. Each scene should move the story forward. Are you using the elements of scene and sequel? A scene consists of goal, conflict, and disaster. A sequel consists of emotion, thought, the quandary on what to do, and the decision the character makes, which becomes the next scene goal. If you are unfamiliar with these terms, you can visit aspiringwriteracademy.com to learn more. Reevaluate the paragraphing. Do the pages look pleasing to the eye, or are there big, blocky chunks that need to be reformatted to create more white space on the page? Do you have 3 paragraphs in a row that all start with the same word? Are you burying the dialogue in the middle of the paragraph instead of keeping it to the beginning or end of a paragraph to let it stand out? Check the consistency of each character's point of view to make sure there's no head hopping within a scene. Have you properly introduced the setting and the time of day or passage of time at the beginning of each scene to ground the reader before jumping into the action and dialogue? Especially when switching to a new point of view. Evaluate each of your transitions between different chapters and scenes. Are you using the 5 senses in every scene to bring your description to life? Highlight the amount of description versus action on the page to see how well your story is balanced. Are your scenes filled with enough body language and emotion? Make sure you are showing and not telling the reader what is happening. Check the ending hooks of each scene. Are they climatic enough to keep the reader turning pages? Does this scene matter? Have a purpose? Pronouns. Look at your sentences to make sure that the pronoun refers back to the last person's name that was used, or the last descriptor of that person. When you use he and she and they, are you referring to the right person? Are you consistently writing in the same tense instead of switching from third person to first person and then back again? Unless it was intentional from the start to write the story this way. Remember, it is the cause, then effect, stimulus, then response. Make sure you are not putting the cart before the horse in your sentences. If a character reacts to something, whatever was the stimulus that made them react must happen first. This is also true with dialogue. You cannot have a tag saying a character whispered when you didn't have the line of dialogue yet that they whispered. The dialogue must come first. Then you can add a tag indicating she whispered. Number 3 is copy edits or proofreading and polishing. Most of the work should be completed in the revision and the line editing stages. By the time you get to copy edits, only a word or two here or there should need to be changed. During copy edits, the manuscript may already be formatted for publishing, and all you need to do is scan for things such as misspelled spelling errors or repeated words. Look for missing or inaccurate punctuation, especially missing end quotes on dialogue and missing periods at the end of sentences. Also look for isolated punctuation in places where it does not belong, such as a set of quotation marks floating on the white space of a page, far away from any dialogue. Make sure you have correct indents, paragraphing, and proper scene and page breaks. Scan for any stylistic formatting errors. If you capitalize or italicize something in one place in your manuscript, make sure you consistently capitalize or italicize it consistently in all other areas. Double check that you have the right names for each character in every passage, especially if you have changed a few names along the way. Check to make sure each character's hair or eye color did not unexpectedly change. This also goes for pets and other animals. Check for any minor typos. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you have any questions or would like to leave a comment below, we would love to hear from you. You can also visit aspiringwriteracademy.com for more valuable information. And if you would like help with your story, I invite you to click the link below and download our free Brainstorming Your Story Idea worksheet filled with 7 pages of fill-in-the-blank templates and examples to keep your story moving forward.